The COVID is real, and therefore protect yourself. Observe the national protocol measures to protect yourself, protect your family.
Joy News at 6 is live here on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including Golu 91.7 FM in the Upper West region, Mando FM in the Volta region, Bishara Radio in the Northern region, and Sky FM in the Bono, and around the world at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, earth tremor hits Accra and surrounding towns in what has sent many residents panicking. Experts say a bigger one is on the way. Also, government of Ghana accepts to bear the cost of reconstruction of a vandalized Nigeria High Commission property.
The government of Ghana will ensure that the demolished building is restored.
Also in business, commercial transport operators petition President Akufo-Addo over easing of social distancing protocols in buses and taxis, with details in 15 minutes.
And later we'll take you to the Accra community of Aveno, where some people believe hair in their noses will prevent them from contracting the coronavirus.
God created a nasal passage and its hair such that it protects us from all impurities, including viruses.
More in our series of combating fake news. I am Komla Adum, grateful you could join us this morning. Now, parts of the Greater Accra and Central region have experienced earth tremors. The phenomenon, which took place at about 10:40 p.m. Wednesday, June 24, 2020, occurred 3 times in a space of 10 minutes. Some residents of Osu, Ablekuma Manhian, Kaneshi, Achimota, Adenta, Circle, Kokomilemle, Accra Newtown, Legon, Dansuman, Kaswa, Hacho, Kwashiman, Teshi, Nungwa, McCarthy Hill, among others, said they felt the movement. Many went on social media to share their experiences. I'm joined on the line this morning by Nicholas Opoku, seismologist with the Ghana Geological Survey Authority. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the news. I'm afraid we are still working the phone line to speak to seismologists with the Ghana Geological Survey Authority to tell us about exactly what we witnessed last night. But let's move on and do some other stories now. Government of Ghana has accepted recommendations of an investigative committee to reconstruct the demolished residence of the Nigerian High Commission. 2 persons have been arrested and charged by the police following the act of vandalism. In Nigeria, there is a lot of anger with the House of Representatives rejecting President Akufo-Addo's apology. We have 2 reports for you. First, a report by correspondent Terry Ikumi with our partners Channels TV.
An international embarrassment, one disrespect too many. That is how lawmakers at a meeting with the Minister of Foreign Affairs described the demolition of the Nigerian embassy residence in Ghana. Although the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the action was carried out by non-state actors, for the lawmakers, maybe it's time to kick diplomacy out the window.
About time we took a very huge leap, a decisive measure in ensuring that they regret their action.
If you don't take steps, it will happen again. In the near future, we may end up closing almost all our embassies or missions.
The minister updates the committee on how the federal government is handling the matter. The Speaker of the House of Representatives joins the meeting midway.
Let's be a little bit more stern, a little bit more aggressive in our approach. The days of being trying to be diplomatic and be a gentleman, I think we should put that aside.
He charges the minister to ensure that the case is not taken to a Ghanaian court. And according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the federal government expects that the cost of rebuilding the structure will be handled by the Ghanaian government.
Now, my colleague Latif Idris has details of the findings by a special committee set up to investigate the matter here in Ghana.
The government of Ghana will ensure that the demolished building is restored to its original state as soon as possible.
The investigative committee was set up by government to investigate circumstances leading to the demolition of the structure belonging to the Nigerian High Commission. The committee has since submitted preliminary findings, including a revelation that the High Commission of Nigeria actually has receipt of payment of the contentious land, but failed to secure a land title certificate.
The High Commission of Nigeria further presented receipts of payments on the said land made by bankers' drafts payable to the Executive Secretary of the Lands Commission. However, land title certificates had not been issued to the High Commission.
That's not all. The committee adds that the Nigerian High Commission failed to provide relevant document on ownership of the land, which contributed to the unfortunate development.
The Lands Commission advised the High Commission of Nigeria to provide relevant documents on ownership of the land, but the former did not respond to the letter. Based on the silence of the High Commission of Nigeria, the Lands Commission went ahead and issued a land title certificate covering the said parcel of land to a third party.
Foreign Affairs Minister Shirley Ayoko Butri ending Latif Idris's report. Now, close staff of the Minister for Education, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, says he is currently in isolation as he awaits his COVID-19 test results. Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh and Dan Botche, the Regional Reorganization and Development Minister, are both at the University of Ghana Medical Center receiving treatment while they await their fate. Separate statements signed by President Akufo-Addo's cabinet ministers said they went to the facility after they felt unwell. Rodney Nkrumah Boateng is press secretary to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh.
Staff that work in close proximity with the minister are in self-isolation and have undergone tests as a precautionary measure whilst awaiting the outcome. Ghana Health Service is aware and will take direction from the Ghana Health Service if, touch wood, the results go as we do not expect. I don't have a hand on the exact number, but I don't want to speculate now, but quite a number of.
You heard there Rodney Nkrumah Boateng is press secretary to Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Now, 6 of the COVID-19 deaths that the northern region has recorded are female, with only 1 male. The ages of the females range from 3 months to 80 years. Currently, the region has 77 cumulative cases with 61 discharges. There are 9 active cases and 6 are on admission, out of which 5 are health workers, bringing the total number to 95. The Northern Regional Director of the Health Service, Dr. John Eliza, who gave the breakdown, said 86% of the cases are community spread, which means the region is not performing well in adhering to the health protocols. He's been speaking to the media.
5 out of the 6 are all females at various ages, but I must say that it ranges from 3 months to 80 years. The rest cluster around 44, 50 that way, with one 24 years old. We have 9 active cases as we speak, and out of these 9, 6 of them are on admission, of which 5 of them are healthcare workers.
Dr. Eliza is warning non-adherence to the protocols will speed up the spread of infections. Now, wearing a face mask to cover one's noses and mouth is one of the measures recommended in the fight against the coronavirus. But for some people, the strands of hair in the nose are enough to block the virus from entering their system. In today's episode of a Joy Project to combat fake news, we bring you the story of a people in a community of Aveno refusing to wear the mask because they've got hair in their noses. There's more in this report by Joy News' Henry Kwesi Bedu.
I meet 26-year-old Kofi. He tells me he has ditched the face mask.
Nose mask, nose mask. I know they like. And I mean, she been so that.
Kofi says the hair in his nostrils makes him immune to the coronavirus.
God created a nasal passage and its hair such that it protects us from all impurities, including viruses.
Nose mask, I know they like.
He adds that the more the hair in the nasal cavity, the lower your risk of acquiring the virus.
I have lots of hair in my nostrils and don't believe the coronavirus can enter my body.
Kofi is not the only one who holds this view. In this video footage, a passenger on board a trotro makes a similar claim. But is hair in the nose enough to ward off the virus? We have been speaking to Professor Alfred Yosin of the University of Ghana Medical School.
When you are dealing with tiny, minute germ like a virus, which you cannot see and it's only seen under a special microscope, it is certainly not true that the hair in your nostrils can prevent the viruses getting into the body.
Henry Kwesi Bedu's report there. Now, the Supreme Court is this morning expected to bring to an end the controversy surrounding the decision of Ghana's Electoral Commission to compile a new register. This will conclude 2 of 3 cases against the Commission. The court will also decide whether or not the current voter's ID and birth certificate can be used as proof of identification. It will bring you the very latest in the course of a day. That's it for the bulletin. Today's Arrive Alive message for pedestrians: unplug your earphones and put away your phone. Never assume that an approaching vehicle can see you or will stop for you. Wait until all vehicles have stopped before you take a step off the curb. Arrival Live Tip on the 6 a.m. news is brought to you by Bedrock Insurance Company Limited. Bedrock Insurance, protecting the things you truly value. And Toyota Ghana Limited. Toyota, superior quality. Have a great day.